Oh, no, no, no. I don't want to travel outside of this country. I've seen what goes on in the States. Jiggle, 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 jiggle. You guys know Pippa Pipkin, right? That bunny VTuber from phaseconnect that I've done a video on before. She was the one that made the case for chastity. So, not the kink, by the way. And she put out, or I guess she had shared her thoughts on Lewdtubers. So, as a Lewdtuber, let's see what she has to say. Come on, Pippa, enlighten us.
Like, I used to be like this. I think, right, like, I'm not big into Lewdtubers, right? But I remember it used to... I used to be one of those people where I was like, oh my god, well, if you want to be popular as a VTuber, just lewd bait and post a bunch of Comer stuff. And I don't think that's true anymore.
No, it can be. It can be true. You definitely get more popular on Twitter when you're lewd posting, but it certainly does not help your growth with, like, YouTube or Twitch. But yeah, sex does sell, so there have been a lot of people that do kind of push back on lewd stuff because, you know, they like their incel culture.
I don't think that's true anymore, you know? First of all, it's none of my business, whatever the fuck people do. It can be annoying if you get spammed with it. Like, you don't want to see that shit and you get spammed with it. But I also just think it's kind of like with that take in particular, it was just kind of uninformed. Because now, like, I've seen plenty of Lewdtubers that are irrelevant as fuck. You know, you can't just be lewd in order to get attention. Like, the people.
That's actually really true. There's a lot of really tiny Lewdtubers that are just trying to make their way in the world, make the content they like. They just like being lewd. But that alone is not enough to really send someone to prominence.
People that pop off for, like, being lewd a few times or whatever are like, oh my god, accidental, oh, I said something and I got clipped, oh my god! You know, like, those people, they don't have lasting popularity or whatever. Like, even if you don't like the content, right? Like, I don't like watching Lewdtubers. I guess, well, I don't know, I like Shylily, and I guess she technically counts as a Lewdtuber.
Yes, she would be considered a Lewdtuber.
But I don't know, whatever. Anyways, I think just in general, you know, like, people don't want to watch shit that they don't want to watch. And so, especially as, like, a growing content creator, it's easy to be like, oh, well, if I just did this thing that's popular, I would be popular. But, like, people just don't like you, you know? People just didn't like me. Probably had to do with a lot with my shitty personality. And I respect the people that did enjoy me, right? But, like, I was like seething, you know? You need more than that, yeah. I'm glad that I've grown, not just in terms of numbers, right? Because I'm very grateful that I can live off of doing this. But I'm also glad that I've grown as a person, and that's not to say, like, I'm a good person and that I'm whatever, right? But I'm glad that I've grown alongside my audience in terms of, I don't know, just being a person. I don't know, I feel like I stagnated for a long time as a NEET. I'm getting off topic again. But I feel like when you're, like, a NEET, you know, if you're a NEET, especially, like, in schooling, you don't get exposed to a lot of stuff. And I think that's how you grow as a person, you know? I think that's why I think that's why it's good for people to travel and shit. You know, people travel and they come back and they're really annoying about it. They're like, oh my god, I went to Italy and I learned about yoga and I learned about, you know, not living to be...
As annoying as people get when they touch grass, they actually do benefit from social experiences outside of the house. It's kind of a good thing to do. Yeah. Like, people can be rather annoying with going on and on and on about their experiences, but usually it's the kind of person that doesn't have those kind of experiences very much. Also, yeah, she is getting off topic of Lewdtubers.
Be entertained, but living to enjoy the quiet entertainment, you know? Living, right? And you're like, holy shit, shut the fuck up, you are so pretentious. But I think genuinely people do get a little bit more enlightened about life in the world the more they go outside their bubble. I say as somebody who lives firmly inside of my own bubble and only takes very, very short steps outside of it.
You definitely want to try to expand your bubble. That way you don't end up making a bunch of problematic statements. You grow as a person.
God. Anyways, that's my life advice. I'm kind of a loser, but if you enjoy it, you know, if you're also a loser, it might work for you. I'm gonna pop your bubble. No, God, Sakuna was like, Pippa, you gotta like, get your passport. Pippa, you gotta come to and then it was like, I'll fix you. It was like, what the fuck?
I can relate to that one. People are like, you gotta get your passport. No. I don't want to travel outside of this country. I've seen what goes on in the States.
I'm not broken. I'm just a little mentally unwell.
Aren't we all? Aren't we all, Pippa? Aren't we all? But yeah, I think her main points there were, at least regards to Lewdtubers, is that it doesn't have as big of a fast appeal to growth as it used to be. A big part of it, I would say, was sort of the novelty that you get the hentai characters live right now with their lewd stuff. But then people just kind of get bored of it, sort of. There are definitely people that still are super duper into it, and there's definitely a market for it, but it's not gonna rocket propel you into prominence just by going into the lewd stuff. Like, I mean, I kind of fall into the Lewdtuber category. I would definitely do. I make lewd art mostly of VTubers. And while I haven't really done much of it recently, when I was doing it like consistently and consistently, I wasn't seeing really any growth from that per se. I was just kind of getting unsurprisingly, I'm pretty sure Pippa has like ADHD and it's really hard for her to stick to a topic, but yeah, I get her point as well. What the hell was I saying? Yeah, me pushing into the lewd content didn't help with my growth otherwise. It just made me feel good because I liked making art that people wanted of their VTuber personas. It made them feel good, so that made me feel good, and it wasn't anything related to the growth. It was just I liked making that for people. I just haven't had the time to do it lately, or the inspiration. It's been hard. Not in a fun way. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.